A Russian soldier riding a bicycle across the front line became the target of Ukrainian drones. Unaware of the approaching threat, he pedaled forward. Soon, an FPV drone from Ukraine's 414th UAV Brigade moved in for the attack. When the soldier noticed the drone, he froze, realizing there was nowhere to escape. Moments later, the FPV drone struck him directly. The Russian soldier chose an unusual position in an attempt to hide from the attacking drone. A Russian soldier hiding in an abandoned building in the Kherson region was spotted by a drone. Realizing he was being observed, he tried to slowly step outside, but it was too late. The drone had already locked onto him. A Ukrainian fiber optic drone targeted a parked Russian military vehicle. A soldier inside scrambled to open the door and bolt out at the last second, but it was too late, and the drone struck. A Ukrainian soldier in the Zaporizhzhia direction managed to shoot down a Russian FPV drone in the very last moment, just as it was flying straight toward his vehicle. On the front lines, Russian soldiers are often left completely on their own. Isolated, without proper support or coordination, they are easy targets for drones. Many move alone, exposed in open terrain, carrying minimal equipment, making them especially vulnerable. A Ukrainian fiber optic FPV drone set its sights on a Russian ammunition truck on the front line. Closing in at high speed, the drone struck the vehicle, hitting its target with precision. The attacks didn't stop there. Ukraine's Signum Battalion continued striking Russian troop routes in the Lyman region. Numerous Russian vehicles on the logistics roads became targets for FPV drones. Even with signal jammers in use, these fiber optic drones proved unstoppable. Look here, even a Russian soldier on guard duty couldn't escape becoming the target of a fiber optic drone. A Ukrainian FPV drone infiltrated a Russian position targeting 2 military personnel. The soldiers attempted to escape by hiding behind a tree. One managed to escape, but the other was captured and became the drone's target. Right there. If you look closely, you can see a Russian soldier trying to hide among the bushes. He didn't manage to escape the drone's target. We need your support, dear viewers. You can boost our morale and support us by liking the video and leaving a comment. Members of the Ukrainian Rubak Riders Unit of the 112th TDF Brigade spotted a Russian soldier hiding under a destroyed bridge in the direction of Kupiansk. The Russian soldier could do nothing but helplessly wait as the drone rapidly approached to attack. The soldier was unable to escape the drone attack. A Russian vehicle transporting soldiers to the front line became the target of a Ukrainian FPV drone. The driver tried to escape, swerving rapidly across the road, but it was useless. Once again, a lone Russian soldier trying to hide among the bushes was shot by a drone. Russian soldiers continue to suffer heavy losses by operating alone on the front lines. The soldier, noticing the drone approaching, fired at it at the last moment in an attempt to shoot it down, but failed to do so. 2 Russian soldiers moving across open terrain became the target of a drone. They fired at it, but failed to bring it down. The drone struck with a powerful explosion, neutralizing the soldiers. Russian infantry continued to be targeted by FPV and fiber optic drones across the front lines. Moving alone across hundreds of kilometers of open terrain, they are constantly tracked and attacked. It remains unclear why Russia employs this kind of tactic, but since the start of the conflict, it has resulted in heavy losses. The soldiers are unable to escape from the drones under any circumstances. You can support us by liking and commenting on the video. Ukraine's 421st UAS Battalion Sepsin set up an ambush in the Sumy direction. They launched precision strikes against Russian soldiers using fiber optic FPV drones. Russian infantrymen became targets of the drones one by one. Another Russian soldier was detected by drone radar as he entered the tunnel. An FPV drone immediately attacked the soldier as he entered. The drone, carrying explosives, quickly entered the tunnel and blew it up. As the surveillance drone observed the destroyed vehicle, it suddenly spotted a Russian soldier lying motionless under a tree nearby. The soldier had no time to react. Within seconds, the FPV drone locked onto him and struck with precision, leaving no chance of escape. A Ukrainian FPV drone was scanning the Toretsk area in search of a target. As the pilot quickly surveyed the terrain, the drone soon spotted a Russian soldier hiding beneath a tree. Without hesitation, the operator locked on and launched a swift, precise attack. 2 Russian soldiers carrying bottles filled with fuel were spotted moving towards their trench. An FPV drone was immediately launched to intercept them. Strangely, when the soldiers noticed the incoming drone, they chose to remain completely still. Hiding among the bushes, a Russian soldier tried to stay out of sight, but it didn't take long before he was detected, and quickly became the next target of an FPV drone. Ukrainian 15th National Guard Brigade Karadag struck Russian soldiers attempting to cross a river in the Kupiansk direction. The crossing was part of a failed Russian attempt to reinforce their forward positions. As soon as the soldiers entered the open water, Ukrainian FPV drones locked onto their movement and struck with precision. The attack destroyed the crossing point and scattered the remaining troops, leaving Russian forces once again unable to secure a foothold on the opposite bank. A MiG-29 fighter jet carried out a precision strike, dropping 3 GBU-39 bombs on a Russian battalion command post. The impact completely destroyed the site, leaving nothing but wreckage. Vasilivka, Zaporizhia region. A Russian soldier who chose a ruined house to hide in becomes the target of a drone. Here, another Russian soldier attempts to enter the basement of a destroyed building and becomes the target of a drone. 2 Russian soldiers breached Ukrainian defensive lines and immediately began searching for cover. Moments later, as they hid among the ruins, they were spotted and targeted by a Ukrainian FPV drone. Ukraine's 110th Mechanized Brigade spotted a Russian soldier entering an abandoned dugout in the Verbove area. Soon after, a drone dropped explosives on the position. The soldier survived the first strike, but multiple follow-up bombs left him no chance to escape. In the Toretsk area, a Russian TOS-1 rocket launcher, which had been bombarding Ukrainian defensive positions, was destroyed by a drone operated by Ukraine's Border Guard's UAS Regiment Phoenix. Ukrainian forces detected an abandoned house where Russian soldiers had gathered. The house was being supplied with ammunition and food via unmanned aerial vehicles. Ukraine launched a HIMARS attack on the house. None of the Russian soldiers survived the intense attack. The 64th Mechanized Infantry Battalion of Ukraine set up an ambush along a logistics route in the Kursk region. Russian military vehicles carrying troops, weapons, and ammunition were targeted and destroyed by FPV drones as they moved along the road. You can support us by liking and commenting on the video. As this battle draws to a close, the reality on the front lines becomes clear. Ukrainian FPV and kamikaze drones dominate the battlefield, striking with precision and speed. Russian soldiers, often isolated and exposed, find themselves unable to take cover, coordinate effectively, or mount a defense. Every vehicle, every position, every soldier is vulnerable. Drones relentlessly hunt and destroy armored vehicles, supply trucks, fortifications, and even individual infantry, leaving Russian forces disoriented and demoralized. Logistics are disrupted, critical equipment destroyed, and morale steadily eroded. Ukrainian drone units operate day and night, using fiber optic and thermal systems to maintain constant surveillance and strike without pause. This is more than a tactical advantage. It's a transformation of the battlefield. Air superiority enabled by drones now directly determines control on the ground. Russian troops face mounting losses, struggling to adapt, while Ukrainian forces leverage technology to dominate every engagement.